Okay, so I'm here with Eli Knight, Knight Jiu-Jitsu. We're gonna take a look at some grappling in animation and anime. All right, so this first one is a little bit of a surprise. Not an anime, but actually Batman.
Batman, yes. Solid.
So there's a cool takedown.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then we have
Yeah.
an armbar of sorts.
Yeah.
A knee bar. Yep. And then just, you know,
Yeah. So he's got
ground and pound from the mount.
broken arm, broken leg.
Yes.
I love that Batman won't use guns, but he will absolutely do a billion things every fight that could potentially kill somebody. But full live speed.
Yeah. Oh, great. Sounds fantastic.
So I guess, so after he hits him a few times,
Yeah.
he slips.
Boom.
So he does a split entry essentially. So like to borrow Jeet Kune Do.
Oh, yeah.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
So here, and instead of generally like where you would make a trip, here, he takes him this way. Right?
Yeah.
So, which is interesting because to get the leverage to be able to pull that off, and this guy's bigger than Batman. He looks significantly bigger. So I don't know where he's exactly getting the leverage from, but it's he is going here and he's bridging up and then driving his head straight into the ground.
It's no wonder Batman's all messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a beautiful armbar.
It was an armbar. He's like here.
Yeah.
And it was so ugly. Like this is like he goes here and kind of spins, but then as he falls back, if you look in it, he goes here.
Yes.
For the armbar, which is interesting. Because like this is not how I would typically teach an armbar.
No.
You can get it, but like you've got a lot of range of motion to be able to get out of it.
Yeah,
You
I
didn't
think I
get
can
of
get
that.
out of that.
Yeah. But when he actually went to break it, they did a little bit of trickery where his legs were back across. I don't know if they realized
very nice. Oh.
they made the mistake here.
Yeah.
I mean, generally you want something more like this, where you got both arms in between. It's okay to go above or below.
Yeah.
But this is generally not.
No, I'm completely free. I can.
The knee bar, his entry was also interesting. He did something good on the knee bar, because on a knee bar, a lot of times what you'll see in really bad choreographed fight scenes, if they ever show a knee bar, they'll typically show it like too loose and like too down at an angle. At least he like went back with it this way, right? Which doesn't necessarily enhance the. What it does though is it stretches the hamstring, so it tightens up what you're trying to break. You know what I mean? So like if I do a knee bar down here, this is gonna be awful. Right? Yeah. But if I go back with it, you know, this is kind of an old school, more Japanese style shudo, like knee bar.
Yeah.
The arm bar was a little wonky. The takedown's a little wonky. I appreciate the fact that they're incorporating judo and jiu-jitsu and grappling into the fight scenes and trying, but yeah, the animators could have done a little more homework. For effort alone, like I'd give it like a 4.
4. Okay.
Maybe 3 and a half.
Okay, 3.5. So next we have from Naruto. Okay, now I'm a big fan of Naruto.
This one.
That's that one. I made a whole video fighting like Rock Lee. We're gonna be talking about.
Video.
It is. We're gonna be talking about today is a Sasuke fight at the same Chunin exams. So there you go.
Oh.
That was very fast.
Yeah.
But you got like a Sea-Lot style leg takedown.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he catches the arm, and then he does an inside Senkaku
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
grip on that.
Does he have? Okay. Yeah. All right.
And he's got the thumb in the right placement.
Yeah. I'm real confused on the takedown. I see what's trying to happen.
Yes. There we go. So it looks like he uses the kunai. Kunai, not kunai is a character. Kunai to stop his wherever he's going. Pivots.
Okay.
He hooks and pushes the knee.
Yeah.
And then he somehow catches the arm.
Yeah, I want to try this takedown.
Okay, all right.
I'm not sure how I'm gonna catch it because I'm flying this way. I stop myself. And
You
then
stop
I
yourself and then you
somehow-
I think you use your bottom foot to hook.
Yeah. It's so the takedown is.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Like, give me a little resistance.
Okay.
Sort of. Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Like, you
understand
don't-
how I'm getting this takedown.
Oh man.
I get, okay, maybe this is it. Maybe I go here. You go down on that knee and fall to your hip, right? So then as you fall this way,
yeah. Oh,
you
okay.
spin.
Oh, there it is. Boom.
That's how I catch the arm. When we get here, I'm hooking the head and I'm cutting over this way. So it's good control, right?
Yeah.
He grabs it kind of funky whenever he goes back. But
Yeah.
I mean, this is a legit arm bar, you know? And I like this style of arm bar.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
But you don't know how he got there.
Had no idea
Yeah.
how from that takedown he made the transition to get that arm bar. So, which it seems like they kind of intentionally left that out of the animation. 'Cause they clipped really quick to some really funky angles. Now, why you would choose to go directly to that rather than a traditional arm bar, I don't know exactly. Because typically what happens is this, like if you're here, if you did something like you got your head out or something like that, that might be a reason why I would go through here.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like if you're like shoving this leg off,
Yeah.
like this top
Oh,
leg.
that one, yeah. Boom.
And then I hook
Oh, okay, yeah.
something, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's reasons why you would transition to that.
Okay.
As far as like go directly to it,
Yeah.
just because it looks different, I think is why they put it in.
Oh, so yeah, they're like, it's not just your standard double leg over.
That takedown was so bad. And the weird cuts and transitions. I don't know, man. It was still better than Batman.
Better than Batman.
Yeah.
Okay, so Batman was at
We'll
5.
say 5 on this one.
This is the famous Attack on Titan, Armored Giant versus Aaron, Naked Man versus No Skin Man. Seeing a theme.
Yeah. At least he does it the right way, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, his shoulder's exploding there. So he gets out of the triangle thing.
Yeah.
So he switches to the armbar.
Interesting. Okay.
Wow, streaming.
Yeah. Oh, just that the arm. There goes the arm.
Yeah, just ripped the arm off.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
On the whereas on the Batman video,
Yeah.
he did the head and arm entry.
So
But he did
it's-
more of a split entry. This
Yeah.
one, he does more of a duck under.
Yeah.
Because he's like throwing, it's almost
Yeah.
more rounded, and then he
Boom.
comes up into it, which is, okay, fine. But as he goes for the takedown,
Yeah.
typically a takedown you'd see off of this is probably gonna be like a trip,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like that. Whereas he goes more like, yeah, he's doing it more like a full-on, like big reaping judo throw. But anyway, so it's a legitimate takedown. He mounts him. When he mounts, he starts throwing punches.
Yes. And the other
his
guy just
escape
was
yeah.
just,
I think he
like-
caught his hand.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So
then,
I threw you down.
Ah!
Right. And so I'm punching and
Yeah.
you catch.
Boom, yeah.
And use that to make
To
your
bridge.
escape.
Yes.
Which I don't know exactly.
I
how-
think he'll pull that back and then he punches or something.
So yeah, I guess so. Because
Yeah.
he shoots up the triangle.
Yeah.
Right, like this.
And then he's
now you
more
start
shoulder-
to stand a step. Now, this is not advisable. Like I don't think it's super advisable to like. Now he is posturing, but it looked like he was trying to stand.
He was
and
like,
pick up.
yeah, he was gonna
Right.
slam. Like
Yeah.
Quentin Rampage Jackson.
He's gonna go. He's gotta get out. Try. Oh, Dan, I told you. He pick him up and slam him to the.
Yeah, and that's not really when you want to switch to an armbar.
Oh yeah.
Because here's why. Like now, if you're just posturing up
Yeah.
from here and staying on your knees, maybe. But if you're gonna stand up
Yeah.
and start to pick me up, and I try to switch to an armbar,
Yeah, there's so
that's-
much space.
Yeah, it's probably gonna help you slam me.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's what he does. So he goes triangle.
Yeah.
You start to stand.
Boom.
We go into the armbar.
Yeah.
He breaks his arm.
And then it clean off. Please don't do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So and then he threw it, or did it? I don't know if he threw it or if it just like projectile exploded off.
From other things I've seen from the anime, it just flew somewhere.
Yeah.
He goes, bah!
From a sheer like representation of the technique, you know, it was a legitimate triangle. It wasn't some mistake you see where they do it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Or they like go on the wrong arm, or they don't have the arm in and they're just choking the neck or something. So it was a legitimate triangle. The triangle to armbar transition is a thing. You know, again, I don't know about from standing. Posturing, one thing. Standing, I don't know. The takedown, I can see happening. I mean, that could happen.
Yeah.
It was dramatic,
Yeah.
obviously, but it was a thing. The escape from mount, weird.
yeah.
But again, I don't know the capabilities of these giants, of these titans and
Yes.
stuff, you know. So I mean, catching a punch is not unrealistic for a Titan with no skin.
Yeah, with no skin.
The transition was a little weird that he escaped them out, went straight into the triangle, but okay. It's still better than the Batman video.
I just really set the bar with that Batman
really good.
video.
So far we're still getting better.
Yes.
So I'd probably give this one like a 7.
Ooh, we're getting close.
Yeah.
So 7 out of 10. Awesome. So we got the last video, perhaps the best video. I saved it for last.
I'm here to take my life back.
I thought this might happen, so I mastered Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Paula taught me, and meet your doom.
So he sits guard right away.
Yes,
which
sits
is
guards.
I mean, sometimes that's a good tactic. Typically in competition where it's loud.
Yes,
Not in a actual street fight or a 4-year fight, I guess. Is
4-year fight. Yeah.
I will critique his guard pull.
It was not good.
So a couple different ways you want to pull guard. There's a whole conversation to be had about pulling guard in a fight or self-defense situation. I would say this is more of a consensual fight because they're both entering into it knowingly. If now he did so if I were to sit guard here, this would be more competition, right?
Yes.
So obviously here from a striking perspective, you've got a lot more target-rich environment to be able to hit and kick me. So probably not the best thing to sit here, even though I do have a little bit better opportunity to enter the legs and to go for sweeps and stuff. So there's that. So he instead elected to pull more of what we call a supine open guard, right? Now, he did, there's a couple things wrong with this, right? So from here, typically what I would want from this perspective is I want him to see the bottom of my feet, I want my knees pulled in, and I want a V shape here like this. That gives me the best defensive options so that if he starts to come in to make any connections, I have foot placements. In the striking situation, I can up kick, I can stomp at the legs, everything like that. What he instead did, he took more of a L shape here. So the bad part about this is now this leg is flat. So you've got more passing opportunity. I've got less weapons here. This is an exposed route to get behind me, and I don't have as good of entries from here too. Plus, his top leg, he was doing a decent job keeping the bottom of the foot, but you could still kind of see the top of his foot here. So that means you're gonna be able to stuff my primary kicking leg or pushing leg here pretty easily. And you can also step on this one. So as far as his ability to pull guard, I think he probably should have made connection first. I think if there was a disconnect and he goes to that supine guard, I think that he should have kept both of his feet pointed up so he has more kicking ability. But yeah, so I as far as that being his first line of defense, he obviously recognized that Homer was going to have the striking advantage. So he chose to take the bottom position, and plus he'd been studying Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, so I mean, obviously he trains at a little bit more sportive of a school rather than a self-defense oriented school or an MMA gym. So I think going, he probably went with the best thing that he could. So as far as his tactics, I can't, score that too terribly low.
Okay.
I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. Okay.
Didn't think that the Simpsons would be the one I was gonna be able to technically talk about the most.
I know, isn't that great? So let us know in the comments what other fight scenes, grappling scenes I should have Eli break down, because I like torturing him with horrible anime. Also, be sure to check out xmartial.com if you want to look like a true unadulterated weeb. Use the code Metrolina22, save yourself 10%. Link is in the description.